Alright, at Caper Animal Hospital. That middle unit on the roof that we're replacing, that's actually unit number 2. And that's what's on the thermostat. You have to open the front of the thermostat up and there's the number 2. And then in the breaker panel, it's number 2. This unit actually does, well, I stepped on dog tap somewhere, which that would happen at Animal Hospital. And this is actually their ladder that comes out of that room right there. But in the electrical panel, excuse me, there's actually one breaker labeled surgery room unit, and it's a 30 amp, so it's a small unit that may have used to been on here. However, this is the thermostat to the unit that we're going to replace. So let's put up a Pro 6000 programmable thermostat, and I'll help them get it programmed so they don't have to mess with the thermostat so much. And he's getting a 16 SEER ring, which is 2-stage heat, 2-stage cooling. Hopefully we have enough of thermostat wires. If not, we may have to pull a new thermostat wire. Or we could do a wireless 6000 also. But the electrical panel, which is panel A, I put 2 little dots beside that breaker. It's a 60 amp square DQO breaker. And it's number 36, which is unit number 2. Just number 22 says AC surgery, and I know unit number 2 does the surgery area, so it took me a while going back and forth to make sure I had the right breaker, but I have done that work for you. And unit number 2 is number 36 and 38, 60 amp. I'm thinking that's probably too big of a breaker for a 4-ton 16 SEER gas pack. So if not, fine. Or we could do a disconnect box at the unit up there with the right breaker in it. Hopefully, if I will say before we would pull the thermostat wire, we probably should just do the wireless 6000, as long as we don't think we're going to have a problem with it losing connection. There's another panel back here. There's a couple odd 3-phase breakers in it. We're not worrying with it. That ladder goes in the room in case you want to use it. And again, as you seen on the first video, the second video is there's some important stuff on there from you guys too, just some little extra drain work we're going to do over here. But a lot of that video is for the doctor that owns the building. He's going to get someone over here, or either Cape Fear, I don't know who's responsible. Over here, the doctor's responsible for replacing the equipment. He owns the building, but as far as maintenances and repairs, Cape Fear Animal Hospital, they're responsible for that. So as far as them trees and stuff getting cut back up there, I don't know if the doctor's responsible for that or if the hospital is responsible. But again, the crane probably can park right in here, and there's plenty of room for people to get around them. There's also another driveway. Popeye's right across the road, so if you're coming from like downtown and go to that light up there at the BP, you can turn right into this big parking lot and come over here. Makes it a little easier to get over here if you're on the other side of Bragg Boulevard. And I went up there and also wrote number 2 on that unit. So that's going to be the best way for us to label that unit. Put number 2 on the disconnect box, number 2 on the unit, number 2 on the thermostat, and then I think the labeling in the breaker panel is probably good to go. So we're good. I put a surge protector on the proposal, so pretty much be a unit, and it's a ream, and that's a ream up there, so I'm hoping we'll be able to butt right up against that one up there and be pretty easy. And we might want to bring some new 4x4 posts. Them up there look okay, but they might be a little rotten, seeing they're in the water like they are. I don't know how much more treated 4x4s are, but you know, hopefully whomever he gets to, a plumber or whatever, to clean them drains out of there, maybe water won't be as much of an issue, and should be a lot better too once we hook all 3 drains together up there and run them into that hole. But these people have Miss Burgess is the manager here, and we've done her home down the road on Bragg Boulevard. It was a basement job that had a flooding issue. Gary actually redesigned the furnace over there, and they've been in love with us ever since, and that's pretty much the reason we're over here doing work. The doctor didn't even get any other quotes because Miss Burgess talked so highly of us. So if there's a couple extra things we're doing over here, you know, that's just, we got great customers here, and we're just going to do that to help them out. With just a drain, really the only extra thing we're going to do. But I got Larry coming over here to give a quote on maintenances and filter changes and stuff. So once Larry gets that to him, we'll be coming over here quite often. And then they got 5 units up there, so this will be unit number 1, and we'll be doing 4 more here in the next 5 years or so. So I'm gonna quit yapping now. You got 3 videos to look at, so look at them real good. And if you have any questions, give me a call. I tried to be as detailed on this as possible so there's no confusion, and you guys get on over here and knock this thing out. So I'm gonna go up there and clean that drain out a little bit more, so maybe some more of that water will be gone by the time we get over here in about a week or so when we get over here to change it. So peace out.